Assalamu alaikum class. In this video we will learn exercise 9.4 convergence tests. Clearly these tests are helpful to define that either a given series is convergent or not. The first test we are going to discuss about is named as the divergence test. So here is the statement of divergence test. We apply the limit on the general term of the series, that is limit k approaches to infinity u k. If the answer is not equal to 0, then the series diverges, and if the answer is equal to 0, then the series either converge or diverge. So we are not confirmed in such case. So what we are going to do in divergence test, we are just going to apply the limit on the general term of the series. If the answer is not equal to 0, then the series diverges, and for 0 answer the series may either converge or diverge. For example, here we are given with the series summation k varying from 1 to infinity k over k plus 1. So when we apply the divergence test, we are going to apply the limit on the general term. So the answer is obviously we have to divide the numerator and denominator by k. So we get limit k approaches to infinity 1 plus 1 over k, or you may apply the L'Hopital's rule as well. The answer is equal to 1, which is not equal to 0. So the series will diverge in this case. Here we have question number 6 from the exercise, in which we have to apply the divergence test and state what it tells about the series. So the series is given summation k varying from 1 to infinity ln of k. So apply the limit on the general term of the series, and the answer is infinity, which is not equal to 0. So the series is divergent. The other series is summation k varying from 1 to infinity 1 over square root of k, and when we apply the limit, the answer is 0. So the series may be convergent or divergent. The test does not provide us enough information about this series. Here are some properties of the series, as we have discussed in the case of limits, that whenever we are having sum or difference of two series or the general terms of the two series, we can separate out the summation sign, as in this case. Or the same holds for the other properties, like we have discussed in case of integral and differentiation as well, that whenever we are having a scalar multiplication, then we can take the scalar out of the operation, as we take scalar out of the differentiation, out of the integration. Similarly, we can take the scalar multiple out of the summation sign. The next property states that the convergence or divergence is unaffected by deleting a finite number of terms from a series. For example, if we start the series from k is equal to 1, or we start the series with k is equal to capital K, or k is equal to n, or some other number, the both series will represent the same behavior, that either both will converge or both will diverge. Here is the use of property we have recently discussed. We have to find out the sum of the series. Now we can see that in the general term we are having a subtraction of the or the difference of the two terms. So what we are going to do, we will deal it with the two series, or the difference of the two series. So at first we will discuss the first one, that is summation k varying from 1 to infinity 3 over 4 power k. Clearly it is a geometric series with a is equal to 3 by 4 and r is equal to 1 by 4. So we can find out the sum of this series. And the second series will be summation k varying from 1 to infinity 2 over 5 power k minus 1. Again it is a geometric series with a is equal to 2 and r is equal to 1 by 5. So in both cases r is less than 1, so we are able to find out the sum of these series. And here you can see that we have applied the summation formula separately on the two series, and the answer is minus 3 by 2. The next test we are going to discuss about is the integral test, and before applying the integral test, we have to discuss the two properties or the two rules that must be fulfilled before applying the integral test. The number one, the summation uk, that is the series with positive terms. Number one, all the terms of the series must be positive, and if f is a function that is decreasing continuous on the semi-closed interval a to infinity, such that uk is equal to f of k for all k greater than or equal to a, then the series and the integral both converge or both diverge. So what is the meaning of this statement? That number one condition, the series must have all positive terms. Number two, the function or the general term of the series must be a decreasing and continuous function on some semi-closed interval. Then we are able to apply the integral test. And what is the integral test? That we are going to find out the integral a to infinity f of x dx, and if the answer is a constant number, then we will say that the series is convergent, otherwise the series will be divergent. For example, we are going to apply the integral test on the series summation k varying from 1 to infinity 1 over k. Clearly all the terms are positive because k is an integer, so it will be a positive term. So k is varying from 1 to infinity, it is all positive terms. So first condition is fulfilled. Number 2, the general term is 1 over k, that is the function 1 over x is a decreasing continuous function on the semi-closed interval 1 to infinity. So we are able to apply the integral test. So we will find out the integral 1 to infinity 1 over x dx. Now we know that we cannot have infinity in the limit form, so we are going to apply in this form, that limit b approaches to infinity 1 to b. You can use any index over here, so we have used b over here. Limit b approaches to infinity, integral from 1 to b 1 over x dx. Now we know that integral of 1 over x is ln of x, and applying the definite integral, that is upper limit minus lower limit, the answer is infinity. So you can say that the series will be a divergent series in this case. The second part, the series is summation k varying from 1 to infinity 1 over k square. Clearly the series has all the positive terms, and the function is a decreasing continuous function on the interval 1 to infinity. So we are going to find out the integral over here. So answer is 1 in this case. Now answer is 1, that is a constant number, so we will say that the series is convergent in this case. Here we have question number 8 from the exercise. Confirm that the integral test is applicable and use it to determine whether the series is convergent or not. So we are having a part A, summation k varying from 1 to infinity k over 1 plus k square. So clearly all the terms are positive, and number 2, the general term of the series is appearing as a decreasing continuous function on the interval 1 to infinity. So we are able to apply the integral test, and we will find out the integral 1 to infinity x over 1 plus x square. So we are going to write it down in the term limit form, that is limit k approaches to infinity 1 to k x over 1 plus x square dx. You can use any index over here. These k and k are maybe same or different, so you can use a, you can use b, c, any integer or any index over here. Now when we are going to solve this integral, we have to take the substitution. Let u is equal to 1 plus x square. Clearly du by dx will be 2x. So in inserting the value, integral x over 1 plus x square will be equal to the integral 1 by u into 1 by 2 du, that is we are having 1 by 2 ln of u plus some constant c. And when we talk about the definite integral, we have to remove the constant of integration. So applying the limits, integral 1 to k x over 1 plus x square dx is going to be 1 by 2 ln of 1 plus x square from 1 to k. So inserting the value, we get limit k approaches to infinity ln of 1 plus k square minus ln of 2. The answer is infinity, that is our series will be divergent in this case. If we get some constant number as an answer, then we will say that the series is convergent. Next we have P series. The P series is also named as a hypermonic series. It is appearing in the form summation k varying from 1 to infinity 1 over k raised to the power p, where p is greater than 0. That it is a non-negative real number, or in fact it is a positive real number. It cannot equal to 0. So for p is equal to 1, we have the series. For p is equal to 2, we have 1 over k square. For p is equal to 1 by 2, we have this series. So p can have any positive real value. So here we have the theorem for convergence of the P series. The series will converge if P is greater than 1, and it will be diverge if P is less than or equal to 1. Why we have imposed the condition 0 less than P less than or equal to 1? Because we have already imposed the condition that P must be greater than 0. So if P is less than 1 or equal to 1, then the series is divergent, and if P is greater than 1, then the series will be a convergent series. For example, here we are having a P series with P is equal to 1 by 3, which is less than 1, so the series will diverge in this case. Here we have question number 4 from the exercise. Identify P and determine whether the series is convergent or not. So summation k varying from 1 to infinity k raised to the power minus 4 by 3, and writing it down in the P series form, we are having P is equal to 4 by 3, which is greater than 1. The series must be a convergent series, and in this case, when I write it down in the form k raised to the power p, we get 1 over k raised to the power 5 by 3, and 5 by 3 is greater than 1. So the series is also convergent here. Next, we have some questions in which we have to determine whether the series is convergent or not. So question number 10, the series is summation k varying from 1 to infinity 3 by 5 into k. So we have discussed that we can take scalar multiple out of the summation sign. So it becomes 3 by 5 summation k varying from 1 to infinity 1 over k. Now this series is divergent, being a harmonic series, or you can also say that it is a p series with p is equal to 1, and for p is equal to 1 the series must be a divergent series. Now we have question number 12, that we have a summation k varying from 1 to infinity 1 over kth root of e, that is 1 over e raised to the power 1 over k, and when we apply the limit on the journal term by applying the divergent test, the answer is 1, which is not equal to 0, so the series is divergent in this case. Next we have question number 16, summation k varying from 1 to infinity k into e raised to the power minus k square. Clearly we will not apply, we will apply the integral test on it. So all the terms are positive, and number 2, the function is or the journal term is appearing as a decreasing continuous function. So we are going to apply the integral test on it, that is limit k approaches to infinity 1 to k x into e raised to the power minus x square dx. So for solving this integral we are going to take the substitution u is equal to x square, and the integral is going to be minus 1 by 2 e power minus u plus some constant c. Now applying the definite integral and the limit, the answer is 1 by 2 e, that is a convergent series.